So you're thinking about moving to Falls Church, Virginia, but you'd kind of like to know the pros and the cons of living in Falls Church, Virginia before you make that move? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the good and the bad of living in Falls Church. So if you're thinking about making that move, you'll definitely want to stick around because we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time at the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so that you'll be the first to know about the current market in Northern Virginia. The team and I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Northern Virginia, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Northern Virginia. So as I was saying, today we're going to be going over the pros and cons of living in Falls Church, Virginia, and I'm going to get started with the cons because, let's be honest, that's what everyone really wants to know. Con number one about living in Falls Church is traffic. And this is not exclusive to Falls Church. This is a recurring theme that you're going to hear in our videos about Northern Virginia. We just have terrible traffic here. Falls Church, however, is a pass-through city for commuters, so you will find traffic is extremely heavy on Route 50, Route 7, the Seven Corners area. Seven Corners, especially on weekends, it is difficult to navigate. But that's just sort of how life in Northern Virginia is. The further outside of the Beltway you go, it will get a little bit better, but there's still going to be traffic. The other thing about traffic in Falls Church, you will find that Broad Street, which is going through like downtown Falls Church City area. Gorgeous area, quaint shops, but traffic is really, really congested there. It's a very dense area. So unless you are cruising through really, really early in the morning or really late at night, you should definitely be prepared that you are going to hit some traffic. The second con about living in Falls Church is it has a very high cost of living. And that is another recurring theme in Northern Virginia, but Falls Church in particular, cost of living there is 138% higher than the national average cost of living. And then that bleeds into housing, which is 220% higher than the national average for the cost of housing. So it is a wonderful area to call home. There are lots of pros about it that we'll definitely get into, but there is a factor of higher cost of living, and if you're considering a move, that is certainly something that you want to look into, especially if you've accepted or you're considering accepting a job offer. You want to make sure that that offer is going to give you the quality of life that you're looking for the cost of the area you're considering moving to. Con number three about living in Falls Church, and this one might ruffle some feathers of the locals, but we'll dive into that, is transportation. And if we're talking about just Falls Church City and the downtown area of Falls Church, yes, it is very bikeable, very walkable. It is close to West Falls Church Metro. But considering that Falls Church City is only a little over 2 miles, and it's also the smallest county equivalent municipality in all of the United States, I don't think that is a fair sample of all of Falls Church. So let's get into that a little bit more. Falls Church as a whole, in terms of particularly public transportation, I'm gonna say is average. So I would consider that to be a con of the area. You do have West Falls Church Metro, and we'll touch on that because it's certainly a pro. But outside of that, as far as it being walkable or bikeable, it really is mediocre. And then in general, you're probably going to be commuting to wherever you are working because there aren't a lot of large employers in the Falls Church area. So you most likely are going to need a car, or you're going to be facing some longer bus times in order to actually get to the metro station that you need to be at to start your commute. So I think this will probably ruffle some feathers because Falls Church, if you speak to locals, they feel that, transportation is great in the area, but it really depends on what area of Falls Church you're in. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad location. We will get into that in just a second. But as far as transportation, particularly public transportation goes, I'm gonna say that it's just average. So we threw that into the con pile because honestly, there aren't a lot of cons about living in Falls Church. So we're really gonna pick apart the tiniest details to give you the inside information of what it's like to live in Falls Church. All right, so now let's talk about the pros of living in Falls Church, which in my opinion, definitely far outweighs the cons. Pro number one is location. Falls Church is in a fantastic location, whether you're gonna be commuting into DC, to Arlington, if you need to be close to the airport, it checks all of the boxes there. You're only about 10 miles from DC if you live in Falls Church, and you're only about 11 miles to Reagan Airport. And then if you are going to be taking international flights, Dulles is probably your best bet. That's only about 17 miles from Falls Church. So super close proximity in terms of being able to commute in and out of the area. It's also extremely close to Tyson's Corner, which of course offers a lot of employers and then shopping and dining. That location also has additional metro stops, which we will get into further down the list of our pros of living in Falls Church. And the other thing about Falls Church is you have really easy access to Route 50, to Lee Highway, to Route 7. You're close to the Beltway. You're close to 66. Whatever direction you're heading in, Falls Church has very convenient access to all the major commuter routes in the area. Pro number two about living in Falls Church is the shopping, the dining, and things to do. There is no shortage of things to do or food to enjoy in Falls Church. We've covered talking about proximity to employment and commuter routes, but let's face it, you're not going to work all the time. So if you live in Falls Church, what is there to do? Well, I'm going to start off with the Eden Center because it is the largest Asian-themed mall on the East Coast of North America, and it really has become a tourist attraction. There are over 125 stores. There are incredible dining options there, truly authentic food, not Americanized. And the reason that it's also become a tourist attraction is they also have cultural events. So you can go experience something outside of your normal culture, and it really is an experience. It's not just a mall where you go shop and eat. It's an experience to be had. As far as other dining options go in Falls Church, if you want something more high-end, you've got 2941. Absolutely incredible food in a beautiful setting. You also have Trio Grill. If you want somewhere to just pop in and grab a burger or a drink, you've got Open Road. Clarendon's is a great option if you're going to be checking out a show at State Theater. And State Theater is one of the places that you can visit for a comedy show or live entertainment. They also have a restaurant within the theater, and it actually is surprisingly really good food. So definitely check them out for entertainment. Other dining options in the area are Plaka Grill, Northside Social. I could go on and on. There's no shortage of dining options in Falls Church. The other thing about Falls Church is they have a really unique farmers market, unique to our area because it's open every Saturday. And you'll find that in Northern Virginia, most farmers markets are only open from typically May to October because of the weather, but not in Falls Church. Every single Saturday, it is a huge farmers market. We're not talking just fruits and vegetables. You can get fresh meats, eggs, handmade goods, honey. The options are endless there. It is definitely worth checking out whether you move to the Falls Church area or not. If you're in Northern Virginia, their farmers market is definitely worth going to. Falls Church also has a thriving brewery scene, and that's typically something that we see fall more into the Loudoun County area of Northern Virginia versus the Fairfax County Falls Church City. But if you enjoy going to a brewery, you should definitely check out Audacious Ale Works. They've got Souls Outpost and Settle Down Easy Brewing Company. So you've got some different options, and some of these have actually run awards, so it's definitely worth your time to check out if you're a fan of beer. Creative Cauldron is another spot that I want to mention for things to do in Falls Church because it's unique to the area. It is a professional nonprofit theater. They put on shows, they've got workshops, classes, and they also have a program for the youth. So if you've got a younger one that's looking to get into theater, learn how to act, this is definitely a great place to check out. Pro number 3 about living in Falls Church are the local parks and access to the W&OD trail. In many cases, you can simply walk to get access to the trail, ride your bike, and then you can ride for miles on the trail. You can go into Arlington if you'd like. You can go further up the trail and go into Loudoun County. It goes on for miles and miles. Parks are also not in any shortage in Falls Church. I would say Cherry Hill Park is probably my favorite, but there are so many other parks in the area that you can check out, depending on if you're looking for a place to walk or if you're looking to take the kids to play. You certainly have plenty of options and a variety of parks to choose from. Pro number 4 about Falls Church is there is, as I mentioned, a metro station. And I'm always going to list a metro station if the city has it as a pro. That is a huge pro to have access to public transportation. I want to point out about Falls Church though, if you've looked online and you're thinking, hey Amanda, I saw that there's East Falls Church Metro. And yes, there is, but East Falls Church Metro is actually in Arlington. So there's one metro station that is in Falls Church, and that's West Falls Church. You do have access nearby to other metro stations, in particular the Silver Line, you've got the McLean Station, the Tyson Station. So depending on what line you need, you definitely have access nearby. It's just the one station that's actually in Falls Church. So that wraps up our pros and cons of living in Falls Church. Hopefully that's given you a little bit better idea of what life in Falls Church has to offer. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Falls Church. If you all have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.